morning.
Morning.
Can you describe sort of the tone of practice the last couple of days and where you guys are at in terms of preparation?
Urgent. Edge, which there needs to be an edge at practice. There needs to be urgency at practice. So that's what it's felt like the last 2 days.
You said that last week you thought practice went pretty well.
Yeah.
So that didn't necessarily translate to Saturday. Is that what happened? Or?
Correct. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Like, I wish there was a formula that was a tell-all, but obviously not. Obviously not.
So when you went back and watched tape of Saturday, was there a common theme of what went wrong?
Well, a lot. And it was, offensively, it was like, 10 out of 11 guys doing the right thing, 9 out of 11, 10 out of 11, and then just some bad football. Penalties, pre-snap penalties on both sides of the ball. Turn the ball over, 2 touchdowns. We have to block. We have to keep working, blocking, catching, tackling. Defensively, we gave up 2 long touchdown drives. One had a big explosive play that we have to eliminate. So ultimately, it comes back to us as coaches. We have to do a better job preparing them and turn over every stone. Obviously, if there was any inclination of that type of performance during the week, it would be addressed. There was nothing that showed up in practice. I shouldn't say nothing. There's always things to correct, but there was no indication that we would play that poorly. And so ultimately, I take responsibility for the performance of the team, and then the individual's got to own their performance.
Given how well, generally speaking, you've played the first 3 games, is it kind of mystifying that this would suddenly crop up?
Well, the difference between good football and average football is that much. And the same can be said for average to bad football. If one guy doesn't execute his job on a given play, that's the difference between scoring a touchdown on offense or getting a first down stop on a deep ball on defense, or on special teams, making the field goal or making a tackle on punt or not blocking somebody in the back. It literally is that much. And so the difference between good and bad is relatively small. And that's why every fundamental is so critical. And every time you go out there, your focus and energy is so critical, because there's not a lot of room in this game for almost or close enough or 10 out of 11 got it. There's not enough room unless you're so unbelievably talented that you make up for it over the course of a game. Maybe there's a few teams like that. We have talented players. We have good players, but we're not good enough to do that.
Justin, you said in your news conference after the game that Monday was going to be the most important day of the season, at least at this point. You got through Monday.
Yeah.
How'd you rate it?
The guys on the team are pretty thoughtful. They know what to say. They know what's expected of them. Unfortunately, and there's going to be a lot of talk about, and there was, about how we respond. Okay? And Monday was a good response, but why did it have to get to that point? My point to them was, why did it take 4 hours Saturday night to get us that response? And so there's a lot of individuals, starting with myself, that have to, reach back and identify anything that we could have done better and or different to change what happened, because it can't happen again.
Are there some position battles
yes.
more open now than they may have been a week ago?
Yeah, there's been position battles even through the 3 victories to start the season. Yeah, and receiver, offensive line, some of the rotation positions on defense. So, yeah.
How do you characterize where you're at with the O-line?
Work in progress. Work in progress.
Was that a step back last week, just your inability to consistently run the ball?
If you just look at the product on the field, it was just we didn't score. So yes, it was a step back for everybody. Defensively, we didn't play well enough. Special teams, we didn't play well enough. Are there some good individual plays in there? Yeah, but you got to make more than a couple, and you can't have the critical errors that we had.
Do you expect Abram to play?
Abram Murray?
Yes.
So now that we're into league play, I'm glad you brought this up. everything in terms of availability will come out starting Thursday. Okay,
Including Isaiah Crosby.
that'll all be Thursday. So just from here on out, I won't be able to answer anything on Tuesdays. It'll all be on that Thursday availability sheet. Yeah.
Now that you've had a month with Coach and I, what do you like about the group, and what would you like to see more of?
He got here in January, but you're talking about just the season? Is
Yes,
that, yeah.
just throughout this month.
Well, we've got a lot of work to do there. There's some talented men in that group, but it takes more than 6'5" and 320. It's fundamentals, it's mental toughness, it's will, it's being coachable. It's about being tough when it's hard to be tough, not when it's convenient. So that group, that offensive line group, has the ability to improve significantly. Okay, there's enough talent in there, and they're not dumb guys, but there's got to be some urgency within the group to continue to improve. And Coach and I is, if you are at practice, you would hear that. And it's not just today. It was last week and the week before and every week leading up to now. So, a lot of urgency to get better, a lot better.
Justin, this is your first cross-country trip this year.
Yeah.
You had like every other week last year you had one. What did you learn from those? Are you tweaking anything in the way you approach it, in the way you travel, anything like that? And how did you think you did last year with that?
The travel, thanks to our administration, our operations team, Andrew McGraw and Dennis Allen, those guys, they do a phenomenal job of logistically preparing all of this, from the flights, the airline, the flights, the hotels, the meals, and all that. So it is a non-factor. Is it a longer flight? Yeah. There's no way around that. Airplanes are fast, but it's a longer flight. But other than that, it's a
You go on
non-factor.
Thursdays still?
Correct. I'm sorry. We go on Thursdays
But you
right
haven't
after
changed
practice.
anything in your routine once you get there or anything?
Not necessarily, no.
What do you know about Boston College's offense? I'll say the word specifically about Lonergan.
Yeah. First of all, Coach O'Brien's a phenomenal coach. He does an excellent job with this team. He does an excellent job with their offense. He obviously has this amazing resume. He's been doing this a long time. They do a really good job with the players in terms of putting them in positions to do what they do well. They run the ball effectively, and they've done it different ways. Like last year, you watched some of the groupings and some of the things they were doing. It's not exactly like this year, and that's a sign of a good coach. He's using the players on the team to do what they do best. I think the quarterback's a really good player. He throws the ball well. He can throw it from the pocket. He's comfortable in the pocket. He gets through the progression well. There's some good receivers, a couple really good receivers. The tight end's a good player, and the backs are good. So it's a good football team. There's no doubt.
What do you think about the move to 9 ACC games next year?
So I think generally speaking, it's good. It'd be great if there was some parity just throughout all the conferences on league games and Power 4 games, if you would. Yeah, I think that's looking for parity is a good thing. But yeah, I think generally speaking, it's a good thing. I mean, there's probably a lot of questions and who else is doing it and what are the other games you're going to play. I think those are still being discussed.
You got to cut out one non-conference game.
Yeah.
Have you decided what that will be? It's not up to you?
Not up to me. Yeah.
It's not next season, right? It starts in 27.
Correct. Yeah. So, and I think we're
ESPN
already
said
set up.
it was
Next
26.
season, 26. I think we're already set. This came up. I'm going to be honest with you. We talked about it briefly about a week ago. I haven't spent a lot more time on it than that. I know our administration and Coach Rivera, everybody's plugged into that. But our commissioner was here at the Minnesota game, and he mentioned it in passing to me, and that's really all I thought about it. So, but generally speaking, parity is good, and if everybody's playing by the same set of rules in terms of conference games at Power 4, I think that's a good thing.
How was Jaron responded this week? Obviously, what happened on Saturday was by no means solely his fault.
Correct.
He didn't have a great game, so I wonder.
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, he's not been great. I mean, he is very competitive. I know he takes those things personal, like we all do. and Jaron will bounce back, and he's very mature for a guy his age.
His demeanor in the post game seemed that way. Did you see that? What was your reaction to how he responded that right after the game?
How so?
Well, he just seemed like he wasn't making excuses. He wasn't, blaming anybody else. He blamed himself probably more than he needed to.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, and Jaron can do things better. Ultimately, the coaches, we got to help the players perform better, and then the individual players got to take responsibility for their actions. And Jaron is he's a guy that's going to do that. I mean, and he genuinely believes that. But he made some really good throws. Jaron's going to play a lot of really good football, and that game was not all on Jaron by any stretch of the imagination. I think we all know that. So we got to help him and everybody else. So performances like that don't happen. They can't.
Might there be a situation if the offense is not moving very well in the second half that might put Devin in?
Jaron's our quarterback right now, and Devin, we think really highly of Devin. I think Devin's a good football player and can play winning football, but right now Jaron's our quarterback, and that's not changing.
But I mean, toward the second half, if things aren't moving during a game.
Yeah, well, we don't really think about it like that. We do what we think is right, and that game again. There's a lot of people who contributed to that poor performance, starting with me.
We'll go to Matt on the phone for the last question.
Yeah, you guys are great in the red zone through the first 3 games. Obviously didn't have that same look. Did you see anything on film that makes you concerned about that, or was that maybe attributed to that kind of 10 out of 11 guys kind of doing their job that you mentioned earlier?
Well, we could probably go through those, but I mean, the first drive, well, we got to catch the ball better. So we got to work on, jugs machines and making catches in traffic and contested catches. The guys on the team have the ability to catch the ball to skill positions. We expect them to. I know they expect themselves to, so we have to keep working drills so we can do that better. That was the first drive, right? Drops. We had 2 pre-snap penalties, I believe, our second trip down there in the red zone, back-to-back. Those are TNT issues. So pre-snap penalties would be another one. So, again, I could kind of probably go through a number of plays or series and plays within those series to be more detailed about it. But it's not just like we get in the red zone and then there's one thing. It's we got in the red zone and we dropped a ball or 2, and then we got in the red zone and then we committed 2 penalties. And I mean, it's going to be, there's not one thing.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks.